Have you ever looked around at the world and felt something heavy settle on your heart? A deep, unshakable sense of unease. You open your phone, another war, another tragedy, another injustice, another innocent child whose smile will never return, and behind the noise of trending hashtags and breaking headlines, your soul whispers, something is wrong. You walk through life and you feel it. Morality is fading, truth is mocked. Corruption is celebrated, kindness feels rare, and sincerity even rarer. It's as if we're spiraling, drifting further and further from the light. And you ask yourself, is this what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ warned us about? Are we nearing the end? The answer may be yes. Because one of the most powerful signs of the last days is on the horizon. The coming of the Mahdi, a man chosen by Allah, a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, a leader who will rise when the world is drowning in darkness. And through him, Allah will revive the light of justice, truth, and unity. But here's the part that should make us all pause. The signs of his arrival are no longer distant prophecies. They're unfolding around us right now. And the question is, are we ready? The state of the world, a mirror of prophecy. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ foretold, "The Mahdi will be from my lineage, and he will fill the earth with justice and equity, as it was filled with oppression and tyranny." Sunan Abu Dawud. Now, pause for a moment. Look at the world around you. Really look. Is there justice? Is there peace? Is there mercy? Or are we living in a time where the innocent are slaughtered, while the oppressors walk free, where corruption is celebrated and honesty is seen as weakness, where the rich grow richer on the backs of the poor, and speaking the truth makes you an outcast? From Palestine to Kashmir, from Syria to Sudan. We see the Ummah bleeding. We see families torn apart, children orphaned, and mothers burying their sons. We scroll past these tragedies like they're just another post, but Allah sees every tear. And even beyond the borders of war, inside our own homes, we are at war with ourselves. Disobedience is trendy, modesty is mocked. The more one clings to Islam, the more strange they feel. And that's no surprise, because the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "There will come a time when holding on to your religion will be like holding a burning coal." Tirmidhi, that time is now. We are living in an era of global spiritual famine, where people's hearts are empty, though their hands are full, where the soul is starving, even when the body is satisfied. And this is the very world, the exact kind of broken, bleeding, morally bankrupt world into which the Mahdi will emerge. He will not rise in a time of ease. He will rise in a time just like ours. And maybe, just maybe, that time has already begun. Who is the Mahdi? For many, the Mahdi feels like a mysterious figure. Some think he's a myth, a symbol, or just a story passed down through generations. But make no mistake, he is real. The Mahdi is not just an idea or metaphor. He is a man, a flesh and blood servant of Allah, who will appear at a time when the world is gasping for hope. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told us clearly, "And the Mahdi will be from my lineage, from the children of Fatima, Razi Allah Ta'ala Anha. His name will be my name, and his father's name will be my father's name." Abu Dawud. So he will be Muhammad ibn Abdullah. He will not be a prophet. Prophethood ended with Rasulullah ﷺ, but he will be a reviver, a reformer, a man chosen by Allah to restore balance in a time when justice seems extinct and Islam is barely recognized. He will unite the Ummah, broken and scattered as it may be. He will bring Muslims together, not through politics, but through truth, not through force, but through faith. His arrival won't come in a time of comfort. It will come when the world is burning with injustice, when evil seems to have the upper hand, when people have lost hope. That's when he will rise. And his emergence will shake the world. But before that, the signs will intensify, some beautiful, some terrifying, all of them. A wake-up call. The signs before the Mahdi. The arrival of the Mahdi is something that has been foretold by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And as we look at the state of the world today, it's almost as if the signs are unfolding before our very eyes. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us clear warnings about what the world would be like before the Mahdi's arrival. And shockingly, many of these signs have already manifested, and others are happening right now. Here are a few of the most significant ones: widespread injustice and oppression. The Prophet ﷺ warned us that before the Mahdi's appearance, the world would be filled with tyranny, injustice, and oppression. People would be ruled by corrupt leaders, and the truth would be silenced while falsehood would spread like wildfire. The rich would thrive at the expense of the poor, and the innocent would suffer in silence. Does this not sound like the world we live in today? From the exploitation of the poor to the wars that destroy lives, we are witnessing the very injustice the Prophet ﷺ described. The gap between the rich and poor is widening, and corruption has become a norm in many corners of the earth. Massive earthquakes and natural disasters. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ mentioned that before the Mahdi, there would be 3 major landslides, one in the east, one in the west, and one in Arabia. Sahih Muslim. If you look at the increasing frequency of natural disasters around the world, it's hard to ignore the clear pattern. Earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, and wildfires are devastating countries from Syria to Turkey to Morocco. The earth is trembling beneath our feet, shaking as if it knows what is coming. The signs are all around us. We are seeing the earth begin to rumble, just as was prophesied. 3. The Euphrates will uncover a mountain of gold. Another striking sign mentioned by the Prophet ﷺ is that the Euphrates River will uncover a mountain of gold. He said, the Euphrates will uncover a mountain of gold, and people will fight over it. 99 out of every 100 will die, and each man among them will say, perhaps I may be the one to remain alive. Sahih Muslim. Today we are witnessing alarming changes in the Euphrates River. It's drying up at an accelerated rate, and the environmental shifts could be laying the foundation for this prophecy to unfold. The greed for wealth, wars fought over resources, these are all signs that the battle for gold will soon take center stage, and when it does, it will be a time of unimaginable loss and conflict. 4. Chaos and civil war in the Arab lands. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ also spoke about internal strife, chaos, and civil war among the leaders of the Arab world. The Middle East today is a tragic reflection of this. Wars and conflicts in countries like Yemen, Syria, Palestine, and others have torn families apart, displaced millions, and turned once thriving cities into rubble. The Arab world is engulfed in chaos, and it's becoming harder and harder to see a path to peace. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's words ring true. The division and civil unrest in the lands of the Arabs have set the stage for the appearance of the Mahdi. 5. Fear, insecurity, and the loss of amana, trust. Finally, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ warned us that in the years leading up to the Mahdi's arrival, there would be an overwhelming loss of trust. He said, there will come years of treachery when the liar will be believed and the trustworthy will be called a liar. Ahmad. Look around you, turn on the news, open social media. Lies are spread so easily, and truth is often twisted to suit the agenda of the powerful. The trust we once had in leaders, in systems, and even in each other is rapidly diminishing. Today, it's easy to feel lost in a sea of misinformation, and people are becoming increasingly cynical about the truth. This lack of trust is one of the most significant signs that the Mahdi's arrival is drawing near. As these signs unfold before us, it's essential to reflect on the state of the world and our role within it. The Mahdi's coming is not just a historical event, it is a reminder for us to turn back to Allah. The signs are clear and the time is near. The question is, are we ready for the change that will come with the Mahdi's arrival? Are we preparing ourselves spiritually and mentally for the justice and truth that will be restored to the world? The world is filled with challenges, but remember, the light of the Mahdi is on the horizon, and it's closer than we think. The Mahdi's arrival, a light in the darkness. When the world is at its lowest, when despair fills the hearts of the believers and injustice reigns supreme, Allah will send the Mahdi, a man who will bring light in the midst of darkness. He will rise at a time when the world feels broken and when it seems as though there is no hope left. But here's something crucial to understand. The Mahdi will not come with power, wealth, or grandeur. He will not arrive as a conqueror or with the pomp of a worldly king. Instead, he will be a humble, righteous man living among the people, like any one of us. He won't seek leadership, and at first he will not want to rise to the challenge that awaits him. In fact, he will try to hide from the people, not desiring the burden of leadership. However, the believers, those whose hearts are attuned to the truth, will recognize him. They will seek him out in Makkah, and they will beg him to lead them. It will be there, between the black stone and the Maqam of Ibrahim, where they will pledge their allegiance to him, the Bayah, and from that moment, the Mahdi's mission will begin. His arrival will mark the beginning of a profound transformation. He will establish justice in a world that has been overwhelmed by tyranny and oppression. Unite the Muslim Ummah, healing the divisions that have plagued the believers for generations. Fight against oppression, standing firm against the corrupt powers that have ruled unjustly. And most importantly, he will prepare the world for the descent of Isa, alayhi salam, the final and most awaited messenger, who will return to bring peace and justice to the earth. The Mahdi's arrival will be a time of hope and renewal, where the righteous will rise and the light of Islam will shine brighter than ever before. He will restore balance and truth, preparing the world for the final chapters of humanity's journey before the Day of Judgment, the battle against the Dajjal. One of the greatest and most terrifying trials to face the Muslim Ummah during the time of the Mahdi is the appearance of the Dajjal, Antichrist, a deceiver and embodiment of evil who will lead humanity astray with his false promises and powers. The Dajjal will bring with him unimaginable chaos, spreading lies and leading many people away from the true path of Islam. However, the Mahdi will not confront the Dajjal directly. Instead, his primary role will be to prepare the Ummah, guiding them to stand strong in their faith and unity. The Mahdi's leadership will help the believers recognize the signs of the Dajjal and remain steadfast in their belief in Allah. The real battle will unfold when Isa ibn Maryam, the Messiah, returns to earth. As foretold by the Prophet ﷺ, Isa alayhi salam will descend from the heavens, and he, alongside the Mahdi, will lead the Muslims in a final, decisive battle against the Dajjal and his followers. This battle will be one of the most significant moments in history. It will symbolize the ultimate triumph of truth over falsehood, as the Dajjal's forces are defeated and justice and peace are restored. With the Dajjal's defeat, the world will enter a new era of righteousness, heralding the final moments before the Day of Judgment. What can you do now? You might be thinking, this sounds terrifying. What can I possibly do? But remember, every prophecy in Islam is not meant to scare us. It's meant to prepare us. The Mahdi may come in our time, or he may come after generations, but our job is to be ready. So how can we prepare? 1. Strengthen your connection with Allah. Your salah, your dua, your Quran. These are your weapons in times of fitna. 2. Learn your deen. Doubts and confusion will only grow. Only knowledge will protect your iman. 3. Stay close to righteous people. The Mahdi will be supported by those who love Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Be among those people. 4. Stay aware, don't be spiritually asleep. Many will be caught off guard. They'll be too distracted by dunya to recognize the signs. Don't let that be you. 5. Raise your children on truth. If the Mahdi doesn't come in your lifetime, he might come in theirs. Prepare the next generation to carry the torch. Hope in the midst of chaos. Yes, the world is dark. Yes, the signs are appearing one by one. But remember, Allah never abandons His people. Just like He sent Musa, alayhi salam, when Pharaoh was at his peak. Just like He sent Isa, alayhi salam, to the Bani Israel. He will send the Mahdi when we need him most. So don't give up. Don't drown in despair. Because the Mahdi is a reminder from Allah that no matter how lost the world gets, light will always return. And those who hold on to their iman will be part of that light.